Hi there.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome to the porch. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Here we are in the Space Coast in Melbourne, Florida, and we are the porch 3, 2, 1. And I'm Sylvia Ford.
And I'm Sherry Darmanine.
Linda Hollington.
And we're just a bunch of gal pals that are realtors and friends, and we get together and just talk about real estate.
Yeah, how about we hit the hot topic first, Sherry?
Well, the hot topic right now, as everybody is aware, and of course the media has blasted all over, is interest rates. Interest rates seem to be a very hot topic, and it appears as though interest rates are holding back some of the buyers out there. They're worried about, oh, well, it's too high of an interest rate right now, I don't want to buy. And it brings me back to, remember the days when interest rates, maybe you don't, but remember the days when interest rates were 11, 12, 18%.
It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that
right?
long ago. And yet somehow we managed to forget about that, but it didn't stop people from buying.
No. It's just a mind frame that it was.
It's a mindset, because you hear it more often now. It's always on the news
24/7.
Correct. So you're constantly hearing about the interest rates, and I think it has put buyers in a freeze, and it really shouldn't, because remember when the interest rates were 3% and 2%, and that was just 3 years ago?
Yeah.
When interest rates were 2 and 3%, how high were the home prices?
Yeah.
The home prices were extremely
No one
high.
could get one, right, Linda? It was
and that was historic too.
That was historic.
That
Yes.
was historic.
So we have been through something, but people are just stuck, like you said, frozen. They're paralyzed. They're stuck, and they're holding their families hostage.
Yeah. And so they're not buying anything because of this interest rate, and they're, and you need to realize that when the interest rates were 3%, you were willing to pay $30,000 above asking price for a home. And because you got a 3% interest rate, you thought it was a deal, and in reality, it was not a deal, because now you're burning up all your equity. So in essence, even though the interest rate may be higher right now, and I think the latest trend, I think is 7.8 30-year fixed. So with the rate being as high as it is, it's still a great time to buy while you have the opportunity to find inventory, to be able to negotiate a deal, to be able to buy down the rate, to be able to have the seller help you with closing costs. There's a lot of opportunity. The Hometown Heroes program, there's plenty of bond loans out there. So with that,
and the other thing too is you could take a look at the interest, what you're going to pay, right, and treat it like you do your credit card. Okay.
Yeah.
So you look at your credit card, you see your statement every month, you see the interest that you're paying, and you start thinking, that's too much interest, I don't need to be paying that much interest. So what do? You find a solution to that, another card, another place, another loan, another something to get away from that high interest loan. You can do the same thing. You can manage the credit that you have on your home loan the same way.
Yes.
If you look at what it's costing you, you can look at, okay, how can I cut down this cost of this credit line? What can I do? What can I change?
And don't forget, you're building equity in a home. You're not building equity in a credit card.
No.
So you're willing to pay, or a car. So you're willing to pay, 13% interest rate on a car, or 26% interest rate on a credit card. There's no equity there. There's no savings there. There's no profitability there, but there is with your home.
And you can't sell it.
Yeah. You can't sell it and make a ton of money. Your home is another thing. With the home, you'll always build equity. You can always down the line change the interest rate, change the financing program.
And if you say this is a good house, it's perfect for my family, I just don't know about paying an interest rate. Just think about managing your credit that you do on other things, and this the same way. In a couple of years, if you start to see a difference in the interest rate, go back to the bank. Just like you do with a new credit card that sent you 0 interest. Someone is going to be wanting that loan down the road.
Yeah.
Just like they want you to transfer your funds someplace.
And don't miss out on finding the perfect home because the interest rate is 7%.
That's right.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
We have more inventory now.
Yeah, we do.
And now is your time. Strike while the iron is hot, because if you pass up this time and we get lower interest rates, everybody in the world is going to go out there and try to buy the same house you're trying to buy, and you're going to lose out. And a lot of people lost out during COVID.
Right.
And so now is the time.
Yeah, now is the time. Don't stop your buying and don't stop the perfect location and the perfect home because the interest rate is 7%.
Yeah, just start thinking about how it can be managed.
Exactly. You can definitely manage that. So remember, you're going to marry the home, but you're going to date the rate.
Yeah.
You know, so remember that the home is your biggest nut for equity and your biggest nut for investment.
And there
So-
you go.
And there we go. So like I always say, subscribe to us, please, on YouTube, like us on Facebook. And if you have any comments or questions, please put them in the bottom there, and we'll be more than happy to get back in touch with you. Thank you so much for joining us.
us.
Give us a
Bye.
thumbs up. Bye.
How long?